Hey everybody, it is Matt Brown. It is Monday night, 9 p.m. on the East Coast, and it is time for the Monday Night Huddle Show. Let's huddle up, everybody. Glad you guys joined us. We have a great episode tonight. We got Keith White from the Mixed Tag Wrestling Podcast going to join us later. Old friend of mine. We were just talking. We've gone back over 20 years. I've known this guy, and he calls himself, they say on their website, he's the Wrestling Encyclopedia. We're going to get to the bottom of that, though, because I think he's like a Charlie Brown encyclopedia wrestling. So we're going to find out more about that. Also, we got a lot of stuff going on tonight. We're going to open. We got this in the mail for Christmas. This was purchased, I think, for my mom. And this is Pro Wrestling Tees did a grab bag of wrestling autographed 8x10 photos. Mystery, like a mystery envelope. I don't know what's in there. So there's 5 autographed wrestling photos, and they do not bend. We're going to open this up tonight, see what we got in there. And also tonight, we're going to be opening up. We have a couple packs of 2021 Topps Heritage Baseball we're going to open. And then for our main event, we got a 2020 Chronicles Mega Box Football we're going to open tonight. As you can see, the price, they put the sticker right over top of it. Paid $80 for this thing. This is expensive. We better get something good out of this. So we got all that to open up tonight. We also got some other big news coming up, and we've got some great shows coming up. And I just want to announce I won my fantasy football league. Yes, I won the 2021 Zero Fox Sports Card Fantasy Football League with our buddy Dave over at Zero Fox Sports Cards. I won the fantasy league. So next week, we are going to do a fantasy league celebration. It's all going to be about my team and how great I am. And we have some special guests going to come on next week. Celebrities are going to be coming on and doing videos to tell us how great my fantasy victory was. Start off 0-3 in the season and then ran the table and won the championship last night thanks to Josh Jacobs. Put me over the top. Chris Ellis in the house. Thank you, sir. Chris Ellis knows that I'm the fantasy football expert. Telling me congratulations. Thank you, Chris. So next week, make sure you're here with us because we're going to have a lot of guests on and we're going to be talking fantasy football. We might even just recap the whole season of how I went from the bottom all the way to the top, just like the Drake song. I was listening to that earlier. So, of course, can't play that on here. A lot of bad words in that song. But we will be going over fantasy football next week and celebrating my championship. Maybe we'll try to get Dave on and some of the other guys so they can say how great I was at fantasy football. So make sure you join us next week for that. So let's talk a little bit about the news. Of course, we had news breaking last week, right when we went off the air. Fanatics has bought Topps out. We talked about this a couple months ago. We talked about Fanatics getting the Major League Baseball license, the basketball, the football, all the licenses there pretty much are. Hunting licenses. I don't know. Fanatics is doing everything. But we talked, and one of the things we talked about was they were going to have to maybe buy one of the card companies. And I had mentioned I thought they would probably buy Topps. And what do you know? Who won the pony? But I did because Fanatics has bought Topps. That means they're not going to have to wait until, 2-3 years down the road when their license actually starts. They're going to be able to start making cards right away. So we're going to see a difference, hopefully, in Topps with the Fanatics brand coming on. So I don't know what's going to happen to Panini. I don't think they're going to buy Panini. There's really no point to buy Panini. Panini doesn't have a name recognition. They're not really that well known as much as Topps is in the general public. So I really don't think there's much of a value for them to buy Panini. So it should be interesting to see what Panini does. We talked before, we thought they might go after some college athletes since college athletes now can get paid. We will see if that happens. But Fanatics has bought Topps out. So that is some big news. As soon as I got off last week, people were emailing me right away and showing me that Fanatics bought Topps. So news is always breaking here in the card industry, folks. All right, of course, we got the big game tonight, the national championship game, Georgia and Alabama. Make sure you hit down in the comments down below. Who do you think is going to win tonight, Georgia or Alabama? My heart says Georgia. I want Georgia to win, but it is so tough to bet against Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. They always pull it off. For some reason, they do it. And I think they might. My brain tells me Alabama. My heart's for Georgia. See what happens. I probably won't watch it, though, but because I really have no interest in it. But should be a good game. They're 1-1 right now. Georgia won the first game. Alabama won the second game. So See what happens tonight in the national championship game. I think it started at 8. So hope maybe be able to give you guys an update here a little bit later on the national championship game. And since if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. We're almost up to 200 subscribers. We should be up there already, but we're pretty close. And if you're on Facebook, make sure you hit that like button as well. So, and make sure you comment in the live stream. I want to make sure we know who's all here. If we see Chris Elias is here in the house. And hopefully, I know the Vances usually stop by with some other people. So hopefully they will be on soon. Other NFL news, my team, of course, as you know, I'm a Giants fan, and the Giants GM retired, supposedly retired. More likely he was shown the door, I think. But New York Giants are looking for a new GM, and I want to throw my hat in the ring because I just won my fantasy football championship. Who would be a better person to be the new Giants general manager than me? I'm telling you what. So hopefully I can get that job. I'm going to send my resume in, put in all my fantasy football championships to the Mara organism, the Mara people who run the Giants, and tell them I should be the new general manager of the New York Giants. All right, and now finally we're going to do our Power 5. We do a weekly Power 5 rankings of the top 5 NFL teams, and this will be the last one, of course, because playoffs start here next week, or this week coming up. So my number 5 team this week is the Dallas Cowboys. They put a hurting on the Eagles, and I do have Dak Prescott on my fantasy team, so I was kind of happy that they ran up the score on the Eagles. I know the Eagle fans were crying and upset. I was reading on my Facebook, but you know what? If any fan base deserves to get run up on, it's the Eagles fan base. Come on. All right, so Cowboys definitely ran it up on the second squad, guys, but yeah. Helped me win a fantasy championship. I was this close to not starting Prescott because I didn't think they would actually play their starters too much. I thought they might play a half, and that was it. But I was glad I kept Prescott in because I would have lost the fantasy championship without that. 25 Perez, hey, how you doing, sir? We got a couple of things we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to be opening up 2001 Topps Heritage tonight. We got some wrestling 8x10 photos we're going to open tonight, and then a mega box of Chronicles. Plus, we got Keith White coming up pretty soon from the Wrestling Mixed Tag Wrestling Podcast. He's going to be coming up soon to play our Audible game. First person on the Audible game for 2022. So we'll see how he does. My number 4 team this week, Tampa Bay Bucks. They're looking good. Brady's looking hot. And Tampa Bay's going to be a tough team to beat, but we'll have to see. They'll have to go into Green Bay eventually. So we'll see if Brady can go in that. Brady should be fine with the cold weather. Sometimes the Bucks have had trouble going into northern cities, but that was kind of before Brady was around. So I don't think they'll have much trouble doing that. But Tampa Bay is my number 4 team this week. Number 3 team, this team lost to the Lions, but I can't drop them that far. So it's the Packers. Packers are number 3. They were my number 1 team that last week, but you lost the Lions. I don't know if you guys saw that Lions trick play this past week, where it was like they gave it to the running back, he flipped it to the wide receiver, threw it to a wide receiver, 75-yard touchdown pass, and the Lions got on the board. That was a heck of a play. The Lions should have done that play all year long. They might have won more games. So they were able to get a nice victory to send off the season. Shout out to Card Shark Chris over there because I know he's a big Lions fan. Though that might have hurt their draft picks, so might not have been a smart move. At least my Giants were smart. We didn't win this week, all right? We did horrible, and that helped our draft stock. Usually every year the Giants are going to get a good draft pick. Then the last week they go out and win a game. I don't know what they're thinking. But this week they did it well. They lost with style. You know, especially on third and fourth or second and third downs, they're doing quarterback sneaks, inside their own 20. I don't know what they're doing. But Packers are my number 3 team. My number 2 team is the Tennessee Titans this week. Even though they're the number 1 team in the AFC record-wise, I have the Titans at number 2. Titans are looking good. Tannehill had a good game, and Derrick Henry's coming back. What's going to happen when Derrick Henry comes back into the fold? That team might get really dangerous in the playoffs with Henry. I mean, they haven't had Henry for more than half the year so far. So we'll see what happens with the Titans when they bring in Derrick Henry. And my new number 1 team, or I think my new number 1 team, because Packers were last week. Kansas City Chiefs, my new number 1 team. See how the Chiefs are doing. Chiefs are looking pretty good right now into the playoffs. Of course, they're going to eventually meet up probably with Tennessee. So we'll see what happens. But you can't count out Buffalo. And, Buffalo's a tough team. The Buffalo is my Super Bowl pick. So we'll see what happens. But KC is my number one team for this week. So I want to know down in the comments below, guys, what do you guys think of your top team? Is it Kansas City? Is it Tennessee? Is it the Packers? I don't know. But let me know what you guys think your top team in your Power 5 rankings as well. All right, with that, bring on my guest. He is the co-host, or one of the co-hosts, of the Mixed Tag Wrestling Podcast, Keith White. Keith, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing wonderful, Matt. Thanks for having me on, man. This is cool. I'm looking forward to this. This is different for me, so thanks for having me on.
Oh, no problem, Keith. And usually you're behind a microphone, but usually you're not in front of a camera on your podcast. I know you guys don't do a live stream, do you?
We don't. We just do audio. I mean, as you can see, it's not exactly the best. I don't have a green screen, so we're working on things. So down the pipeline, I think we might, have some video. But for right now, it's just an audio-based podcast.
Right. Now, when did you guys start doing the Mixed Tag podcast?
So it's interesting. Jared is the creator of the show, and he was actually a student of mine. Last year, I teach a podcasting course at a community college, and he was a student of mine. And so he had the chance, to create a show. And so he decided to create a pro wrestling show. And I was just talking to him. I was like, oh man, I'd kind of backed off of watching. I was very casual, but I was telling him about the Attitude Era. I was telling him about, ruthless aggression. I was telling him about the golden age, with the 80s. And I was explaining Harley Race and Luthez. And he's like, you know so much about like the stuff I don't know about, and he offered, when he got done the class, he's like, I want to continue this show, but I want you to come on. So, I agreed because he's a fantastic host, and he was a great student, and he's actually a terrific human being too. So it's just really enjoyable to, especially like a younger generation, I feel like I could be the guy's uncle, just to talk wrestling. And wrestling's one of those things where, it's community. So, when you're the older guy, if you still have a working knowledge of what's going on now, you can still tell them about, well, that guy reminds me of Bret Hart, or, like that's Terry Funk back in the 70s. You can always compare and contrast. So he has me on for that.
Okay. Now, how long ago did you guys start? You guys have been going on for a couple of years now, right?
We're in the second year now. We just recently celebrated 100 episodes. We're on episode 105 now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's been fun. Like we really picked episodes up during basically March 2020 when that pandemic hit. Mm-hmm. We decided let's do this. And, unfortunately for the world, we had a lot of time on our hands.
Yeah.
In some sense. So, so we were really able to kind of, hit the ground running, and it's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of different people on the show. We've had some pro wrestlers, we've had authors, we've had a video game developer. I don't know if you remember the video game WrestleFest that used to be in like restaurants and arcades.
Yeah.
We had the guys who created the official sequel, which is called Wrestlemania, and they have all kinds of guys from the past, present, and even, people that they believe are going to be the future. The NWA World's Heavyweight Championship is the main belt you go for in that game.
Okay.
And what's really cool is they were able to secure the rights to the Road Warriors, and the Road Warriors were the original tag champions in WrestleFest, and they still are the champs in this game.
Oh, wow. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to check that episode out. That definitely sounds pretty cool. But you haven't had me on, though, so... I
had you on.
Well, technically, yes.
Briefly for a Jericho,
yes,
the Chris Jericho tribute, which was awesome because you being you, you gave a different viewpoint than anybody else. And
I was the heel of the episode.
You were very much the heel, the heel of the episode, which I love, because I appreciate opinions of all nature, and and I feel like it's always good to have a dissenting voice. Mm-hmm. So listening to it before I put it on the air, I was like, this is so good. I'm ready for this. This is fun. But I do need to have you on because I know you're an old school guy, and you really appreciate the history of wrestling, and we need more of that on the show. So I'll be looking to have you on. Spoiler alert to everyone here on the Monday Night Huddle. I'm going to have Matt Brown on the show here real soon.
That would be awesome. I would really like that. I would like to challenge you to your wrestling encyclopedia, as they call you. the Mixed Tag Wrestling podcast. Maybe I could be like the Britannica Encyclopedia, and you're the Charlie Brown Encyclopedia.
So what's funny is that nickname was given to me by Jared and the other students, and I joke, I'm like it's because I was all that was around, but here I am telling them about things that they either don't remember or didn't know about, or I could just kind of recall a bunch of things. And so he was like, "Man, you're like the wrestling encyclopedia." So it kind of stuck. And you know how podcasts go. You got to have the nickname.
Yeah.
So I got the wrestling encyclopedia nickname. Maybe what I can do is we try and do Jeopardy style games on the show.
Oh, okay.
Every once in a while. So maybe what I can do is maybe I can say, Jared, I want to have, because it's usually me. Jared's the host. It'll be me. And I've been a bridesmaid. I keep telling you about the bridesmaid thing. I've been the bridesmaid twice now. Came down to wagering on the final question. But I can have you on maybe as the third contestant. I'll talk to him.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I always find it funny when people give their best, like their top 5 wrestlers of all time or tag teams of all time, but they never tell you the criteria they use.
Right. Yeah.
Like, what are you using? In-ring ability, promo skills, or to me, the biggest thing is drawing power, putting seats, butts in seats. That's the whole point of wrestling, and a lot of people forget that. They might not have Hogan in their top 5 because he sucked at wrestling in WWE at least. His Japan stuff was decent, but putting butts in seats, not many people did it better than Hogan. That's why I couldn't put Jericho ahead of Hogan. It's not
of course.
Yeah, Jericho could wrestle better. Promos were a little bit better than Hogan's, but Jericho really never really drew like some of those big guys did.
Yeah, and and I'm a Bret Hart guy. I love Bret Hart.
Me too.
But Bret Hart's promos, he had great promos when he had the Hart Foundation with the anti-Canada, the anti-American, pro-Canadian segment. I thought he shined there. But when you go back before that, the promos are bland. His in-ring ability is great, but even he has detractors about the drawing ability because it was a down time in the business.
Right.
So, I mean, heck, even Shawn Michaels, if you think about his run as champion, was a downtime in the business. So if we go that metric, like you said, butts and seats, neither one of those guys really qualify in that circumstance. So you're right. You have to really make sure that you qualify. What does that count as? What does the best of all time mean?
Right. And that's why I said on your podcast, I didn't consider Jericho a top 5, top 10. I think I put him in the top 100, which I thought was pretty good, actually.
If I remember correctly, you might have even had him top 50, I think, which was
maybe.
I think
out of all time, that's pretty good. Like, people forget about guys like Jim Londos, who was putting 100,000 people in stadiums back in the 20s, or 30s, and Ed Strangler Lewis and stuff. I mean, those guys put a ton of people in seats.
Gorgeous George, back when the medium was different because you didn't have as many things to occupy your time.
No.
Right, so and that was, and back then you talk about drawing power and you talk about heat, right? Gorgeous George is the reason that we had Muhammad Ali's act in boxing. He drew heavily from Gorgeous George. So many wrestlers of the 70s paid homage to Gorgeous George as well. So you're right. When you talk about the ebb and flow, the peaks and valleys of the pro wrestling business, people forget about earlier days, which is why it'll be fun eventually to have you on and talk about stuff like that.
Well, I'm not old enough to remember Gorgeous George wrestling. All right, live. I did not see Gorgeous George live. I started I think it was about 83. It was Backlund's last year of champion.
Okay.
When I was a kid watching it, I kind of really remember, because I really remember when Backlund lost the championship to the Iron Sheik, and I was watching live on the Madison Square Garden Network when Hogan beat the Iron Sheik, and I was still upset about Hogan winning the belt. Because remember, back in the day, champions, if they lost, they got a rematch right away. And Backlund was hurt, and Backlund told Hogan, you can have my rematch. But Backlund never got his rematch with Hogan. So that just pissed me off as a kid. Even though Backlund's horrible, I loved Backlund.
Because you knew rules were rules, and and everyone deserves their fair shot. I get that. And Backlund, Backlund's another guy, in-ring ability, he's one of those guys with a standout amateur. But do you put him? What was his promo work like? What was his drawing ability?
Horrible.
So yeah, so everything's subjective, and the guys that we would talk about that we consider to be the greatest, if you merge all those together, are either going to be guys who maybe weren't the best in the ring, but could put it all together in a neat package. I love doing Mount Rushmores. Those are so much fun because it is very subjective. And, we had on our show, we did one, it was, guys and females. And we used to have a female co-host, no longer on the show. But she came up with some wild stuff that we were just our jaws were dropping. She was naming people like Melina, who had a very short run in WWE, and we're just like, Melina over, and we just started it was a weird situation where we don't usually have dead air on the show, and we had dead air that day. We were just trying to figure things out.
Well, at least Melina had one of the best entrances, of all time. I mean, her entrance going underneath the bottom row was pretty impressive. It's right up there with Stacy Keebler's probably.
I will give you that for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, Keith, are you ready to play our Audible game? We got 4 questions for you. We'll see if you're going to be able to get those right. Hopefully you've been studying, hopefully. I didn't give you the questions ahead of time. So, all right, Keith, if you are ready, this could be our first question. This is going to be worth 1 point.
Let's do it.
The question is, when will Vince McMahon sell the WWE? Will it be 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, or will he never sell the WWE?
So it's very interesting you ask this, because this is a rumor constantly scrutinized on what he's going to do. But I think that his ego will allow him to never sell the WWE. It looks, they always talk about the cuts, the budget cuts, dropping wrestlers. Sometimes at different points he would go from being a billionaire to a millionaire, depending on stock hits and things like that. But I truly believe that his ego will never allow him to sell the WWE, because his other ventures fail. If the XFL had taken off and become, a mainstream success and allowed him to make a lot of money and revenue, then yes, I could see him selling the WWE at that point. But everything else that he tries to do outside of wrestling doesn't have nearly success that the WWE has. And it's $1 billion entity that's not going to go anywhere. It is McDonald's. It is the McDonald's of sports entertainment. You can't even call it pro wrestling anymore. And he knows what he's doing, and it's such a rhythm that I believe that he will never sell it. Now, if his children's, whoever is his successor, will they sell it? Heck yeah. But I believe that Vince McMahon has such an ego that he'll never let it go.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is 3 years.
Okay.
3 years he will have it sold. Mark my words. All right. And one of our listeners, our watchers here has said Chris Ellis was lucky enough to watch World Class, Crockett, Mid-South, and WWE during the 80s. He must have had cable.
Yeah,
I remember watching Georgia Championship Wrestling because we were our town got cable pretty early. And I remember getting TBS and watching Georgia Championship Wrestling and then over to, the NWA stuff. But I never really got to watch Mid-South. I still haven't really watched much Mid-South. I want to go through YouTube and start watching some of that stuff. Also Memphis too. I've always wanted to watch Memphis.
It's interesting, man. Memphis seemed to be like just a hot territory back in the day, especially, when Andy Kaufman came through. They have that now. That became I think it was a Netflix show about like the 80s, like a top 10 list. And it was top 10 on like the most notable occurrences in pop culture in the 80s. And I thought that was pretty high for that, but it was cool to see wrestling be represented. Yeah, and that guy must have like crazy rabbit ears, man, for all those. That's fantastic. That's like having
in the perfect location.
It's like having Netflix for wrestling, back in the 80s. That's great.
All right. Our next question. I know you do a lot of bar events. You're a musician playing, and you also host a lot of trivia nights. I see too. I have to make myself. You're over on the East Coast. I got to get over there and check one of those trivia nights out. But I want to know, what is the best bar appetizer?
Ooh, That's a great question.
I have lots of great questions, Keith.
Um, so I'm going to go with one that I believe can double as an appetizer, or you can make it a meal. But I feel like you can't go wrong with wings. And funny story, Matt and I have known each other now for a long time. You can tell the number if you'd like to tell people the number. But I actually never had wings until I met you, and we would go do the 10-cent wing night at Murph's. Until that time of my life, my family, we never ate wings, and there weren't we had wings to go one place in Dover growing up, but that wasn't a thing we ate. So I actually never had wings until college, man.
I think I'm the same boat. I don't think we ever had wings until I was in college too.
Yeah.
I remember me and Keith were in the same fraternity together. So I remember when my first initiated, they took us to, remember Damon's?
Yeah.
And Damon's, he used to have these huge wings. That was one of my first wing experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go and have wings other places and you're like, why are the wings so small?
Right.
Like Damon's would fill you up.
Yeah.
So,
and those barbecue ribs, man, you couldn't beat it.
Oh, the first time I went, I got wings and I got ribs.
Yeah.
Because I thought, wings is a good appetizer, I didn't touch any of my ribs. I just took it over. The correct answer, the wings was not correct, though. I'm sorry.
Man.
Because wings to me is a meal. It is not an appetizer.
Okay.
An appetizer, though, is mozzarella sticks. That was the correct answer.
If it makes you feel any better, that was my second choice. Like that's
what
I was mulling between the two of those. So
yeah, I thought you might go with wings too, but to me, like when I order wings, I order enough for it's a meal.
Same. Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right, Keith, you're also big into songs. You're a musician. You sing. You do everything. I'm going to give you some cover songs, and I want you to tell me: are they awesome or do they stink? Okay, like there's 4 of these, and these are worth half a point.
Okay,
and you're not doing too well so far. Okay,
no.
Right now you're in last place. Okay, so
all right.
The first song is Jolene by the White Stripes. Is it awesome or does it stink?
Jolene by the White Stripes, stinks.
What? Are you crazy? Have you ever heard it?
Listen, Meg White is a terrible drummer, and Jack White is a terrible vocalist.
That is incorrect, Keith. you might get the first 0 ever.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'll make history.
All right. Second song, I Will Survive by Cake. Awesome or stinks?
All right. That one, for sheer novelty, I think it's awesome.
No, that stinks. That's horrible. Downright horrible. Oh. All right. Number 3, Beautiful People by Marilyn Manson. Is it awesome or does it stink?
I enjoyed it when it came out, so I'm going to go with awesome.
No, it stinks. It's horrible.
Okay.
The original was so much better. Come on.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, that's bad. All right. And finally, Hurt by Johnny Cash. Is it awesome or does it stink?
Man, Johnny Cash is awesome, so it's awesome.
It is awesome. You're on the board, buddy.
Yeah.
0.5. Man, I thought you would get some of those. I can't believe you don't like Jolene by the White Stripes. Go back and watch it again. It's on YouTube. Go back and listen to it again.
I will, but I stand firm that Meg White is a horrible drummer.
I know, but Jack White's vocals on that, at least on the YouTube version, the live version, are just unbelievable. You can feel the pain in his voice.
Okay, well then
a woman is trying to take his man, which really doesn't make sense, but it's a good song. I love it. I love it better than the Dolly Parton version.
I will check it out. I'll give it another shot.
Check it out and go on your podcast and then say that Jolene by the White Stripes is an awesome song. I want to hear that.
You might hear it this week.
All right, good. All right, and finally, this question is worth 1 point. I want to know which current AEW wrestler could you see main event Wrestlemania? And I'm going to throw a little curveball in there. It can't be a guy that's already wrestled in the WWE. So no Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, no CM Punk, no Jericho. Because CM Punk and Daniel Bryan would be easy choices. So what current AEW wrestler could you see main event WrestleMania? I have 2 options. One's worth 1 point and one's worth half a point.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm assuming you could tell me if I'm right or wrong, but Kenny Omega technically was in WWE at one point with developmental. So he does not count, correct?
Well, You could count him if you want, but Kenny Omega is not the correct answer, so I would not go with Kenny Omega.
I'm not gonna go with Kenny Omega then.
Okay.
Okay, so
But you're correct. He was in developmental.
yeah. So my current AEW wrestler that I could see main event WrestleMania is MJF. I love MJF. I think that he is an old school heel. He conducts himself in kayfabe. He lives his life living the gimmick. He is better than you, and you know it. He is horrible to kids in wheelchairs. He's horrible to old people, and he is like that everywhere he goes. He's threatened to to get with radio hosts' wives. He is an antagonist to the ninth degree, and I think that he could easily main event at WrestleMania. He's becoming a top star in AEW. On the mic, he's fantastic, and he's only 24, 25 years old. He is super young, so I could see him main eventing WrestleMania with a little more seasoning under his belt.
That is correct. MJF was the correct answer for 1 point.
Yeah.
And get a bonus to get the other half a point. Who's the other wrestler could main event WrestleMania? You could see main event WrestleMania.
Oh, okay.
You want to take a guess who the other guy might be?
Oh, man. This is tough. So, you know what? No, I'm drawing a blank currently, so I want to hear your thought.
I thought Hangman Page could main event WrestleMania. His ring ability is good, and he's got to work on the mic skills a little bit, but
right.
I could see Hangman Page actually main event in WrestleMania. I think WWE could do a little. I think WWE could probably do more with Page than what AEW is doing.
My host, I should, because I'm the co-host, but the host of Mixed Tag, Jared, right now somewhere is just cursing my name for not saying Hangman Page, because that's his favorite wrestler.
Really?
Yeah, he is all in on Adam Page. In fact, it was cool, man. We were in Philly. We got to go to the live event. We got to see him win the casino ladder match, where he made a surprise entrance as the Joker, and won the chance to win that title shot. So it was so cool. Brian Cage, I see on Brian Cage, his look, absolutely. It's interesting though. I have to wonder, just with the way they present him. I don't know if it's camera angles, but I think maybe he might be like sub 6 foot tall. Like they make him look smaller in height. I'm wondering, where he's at, because we know Vince loves the tall guys.
He does, but I don't think Brian Cage could have. I mean, he would need a manager. He would need a Paul Heyman or somebody.
Right.
His promo skills are not up there where like MJF's,
right?
Where he could easily, like MJF's in-ring ability is probably not as good as Hangman Page, but his promo skills are so much. It's like Roddy Piper and Hogan.
Yes,
Piper wrestling in WWE or WWF at the time was not that great, but his promos just made you want to go and watch him get his butt kicked.
It carried him, and it also drew. Like you wanted him to lose. You wanted him, like you said, you wanted him to get his butt kicked. You loved to hate him. Like he made you pay money to see him. Absolutely.
Definitely. Well, you ended with 1.5 points out of a possible 5.
I'll take it.
I think it's actually tied for the worst. I think I was trying to, before you came on, I was trying to add up who had the worst. So we're going to do an update here on the worst. So the best is 4, but you got 1.5. So I can't believe you don't like Jolene by the White Stripes. I listen to that song once a week. That's how much I like that song.
I'll go give it another shot just for you.
What about, I was going to add this to the list. What about Mad World from the Donnie Darko soundtrack? That is a cover of Tears for Fears song.
Yes, I remember. I liked it.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah. I thought it was actually a really neat cover, and I thought it also just kind of added to the film. Like sometimes you need like the extra layer. So I thought it just was a great companion.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Keith, tell us about where can we find the Mixed Tag? What is it? The Mixed Tag Wrestling Podcast or just the Mixed Tag Podcast?
So we have to be careful here because there's the Mixed Tag Show, and that's not us. So we are just Mixed Tag. So you look up Mixed Tag, and you can look up Jared Watson, which is the host, or you can look up Keith White. I'm the co-host, but Mixed Tag is the show. And you can find us on all your platforms. You can find us on Apple. You can find us on Spotify, Radio Public, all kinds of things. what's the one that people used to have a subscription to? Stitcher. You can find us on Stitcher. Google Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts, you can find us. We're hosted on Anchor, so that's Anchor FM/Mixtag, and you can obviously find us on Facebook and Twitter. So please look for us. Add us. Check out the show. We are very interactive. I joke with Matt. We do want him on, but we like to hear from people, and we always mention, just like he does with his show. Like we love to have the interaction. We love to have people involved. We call our listeners the Tag Gang. So it's kind of neat to have this community of people who really enjoy wrestling from different eras, and if you don't like today's, we still like to hear from people who used to watch and enjoyed previous wrestling, because pro wrestling's pro wrestling, and it brings people together. It's a great community.
Definitely. Hey, you guys have weekly podcasts, or is it bi-weekly?
We do. December was a little rough, but if we try once a week to get a show out for sure. So we're pretty consistent about that. December was a little rough, but other than that, we've been one a week with occasional bonus show too.
Okay. And what day does it usually drop?
Typically drops on Wednesdays as best we can.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's a lot of work getting stuff together. I don't even work on this show until like a half an hour before the show starts.
And,
as you can tell.
Yeah. So, I'm a working father of a young child, and Jared's a college student. So, for him, it's really tough, he seems like he's always either in the midst of midterms or finals. Mm-hmm. So depending on that, our schedules don't always add up, but we try our best to get them on. We also have a lot of different great guest hosts that come on, and we've been able to interview wrestlers, people from, AEW, Major League Wrestling, the NWA. It's been a blast to get to know the people that are actually in the business. And like I said before, we've gotten to do authors of wrestling books and video game content creators. So we just try and think outside the box and get people on that maybe you've never heard of, or something that we think is interesting. So, it's a little bit different than other shows, and we try and be as unique as possible.
Great. And guys, make sure you check out the Mixed Tag podcast on all your different channels. And Keith, I appreciate you coming on. I've known Keith now for talking about 20 some years. We were in the same fraternity together, Zeta Beta Tau, over in York, PA. I'm still close to York. You're kind of farther away.
Correct.
But you were smart. You got away as fast as possible. And we were both mass communication majors, and I don't do much in mass communications besides this, and I don't think your full-time job is in mass communications either, really. I mean, you're teaching, but yeah, so
it's a hobby.
It was a fun degree, though, let me tell you. All right, Keith, it's been a pleasure to have you on. Everybody, check out the Mixed Tag podcast. I want to keep adding wrestling to it. So.
Just check out Mixed Tag, and look for us wherever you get your podcasts. Like us on Facebook, like us on Twitter. And I just want to thank you all so much for having me on today.
All right. No problem, Keith. We'll have you back on again. Maybe you can do better than 1.5. Hopefully. I think you tied the worst. So
I just got to find a way to get back inside the mind of Matt Brown. That's all it is.
That's difficult because I forget a lot of stuff from college. I forget most of my days at college. So.
Yeah, man.
So it happens. All right, Keith, have a good one. Have a great 2022. Tell Jared I said hello over there.
Will do.
And if he ever wants to come on, tell him to let me know, and I can have him on as well. Maybe he'll do better. Maybe he'll like Jolene. So
he'll love Jolene.
I'm glad. All right, have a good one, Keith.
Hey, take care.
That was Keith White from the wrestling, I mess that up all the time, from the Mixed Tag podcast. Make sure you check them out on YouTube, not on YouTube, but on Apple Podcasts, wherever you get podcasts. Check out Mixed Tag. My buddy Keith has been there doing that for a while. They've been doing that for almost 2 years, I believe, or 1 year, doing over 100 episodes, one a week. That is impressive. So good job for him. We're going to take a quick break right now pretty soon, but we got a wrestling theme. Look at this wrestling theme mystery package of 5 autographed 8x10 wrestling from Pro Wrestling Tees. We're going to open that tonight. We are going to open up 2 value packs of 2021 Topps Heritage Baseball. And then we got a mega box of Chronicles Football. And there's even the price. They put it like all this tape over it, so I couldn't even get the thing off without ripping all the stuff. So there it is, Chronicles Football. We're going to open up that next as well. All right, guys, we're going to take a short break, and we will be right back to start opening this stuff. We'll see what we get. Hopefully, we got some good stuff coming up. Are you tired of going to the store and finding all the shelves bare of your favorite sports cards? Well, I got the solution for you. It's Hotbox Cards. Hotbox Cards is a sports card subscription service. And what's even better, Hotbox Cards is affordable. No more than $100, $150, $200, $300 sports card subscription boxes. I'm talking Hotbox Cards at $29.99 plus shipping. You can't beat that. And you can't beat the variety. Most sports card subscription boxes are all about packs. Here, we like to mix it up. Every box, you're going to get 3 unopened packs. You're going to get 50 bonus cards, plus 3 game used or autograph cards. And we'll even ask you what your favorite team is. We try to give you one of those game used or autograph cards to be one of your favorite teams. So you got to check out the website, hotboxcards.net. You are going to love it. Plus, we give bonus items every month. Every month, we have a different theme in our boxes. And we give free items in every box. You can't beat it for $29.99. Check out the website, hotboxcards.net, and become a subscriber today. All right, guys, we are back. We're going to open up this mystery package. See what wrestling 8x10 photos we got. We got 5 of them in here. Don't know who we're getting. Of course, we got Bobby the Brain Heenan back there with us. From the Vances, we got the little Homer Buddha, and of course the Hot Rod, Roddy Piper, for our wrestling episode here tonight, folks. And again, if you just joined us, we won our 2021 Zero Fox Sports Card Fantasy Football League. We finished that up last night with the victory. So next week, we are going to have a Fantasy Football Championship episode all about my Fantasy Football Championship. I'm getting videos from celebrities congratulating me. We'll show some of those videos. We'll try to get some of the guys on, maybe like Hard Shark Chris or Rob from the league, and see what they think about me winning the championship. Started out 0-3, and then I ran the table and took over and won the championship last night. Josh Jacobs put me over the top last night. I think I ended up winning by about 10 points, though. But that is next week, our celebration of the Hotbox Cards Fantasy Football Championship. We're going to celebrate that next week, guys. Maybe we'll probably do some giveaways, too, during that episode. Because not only am I a winner, but my fans are winners as well. Again, man, if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And we're going to get into opening up these. For my subscribers, January, I'm still working on January boxes. They are taking me a long time, but I am still working on them, folks. Hopefully I have them done by the end of the week. So let's open this up. Now, this was bought for me for a Christmas present. This is from Pro Wrestling Tees. They do the Pro Wrestling Crate mystery box, I believe. And in here is 5 autograph wrestling photos. And it says do not bend, of course. So we're going to see who we get here. Let me see. We can do these one at a time. Oh, they're okay. That's good. They're upside down. Not upside down, but they're backwards here. So let's see if we can get. Let's take them all out, and then we'll flip them over one by one. How's that? So I don't know who we're getting. These are all autographed wrestling 8x10s, certified by Pro Wrestling Tees, and they do a lot of signings. So let's see who we get, folks. Here's our first one. Look at that. Oh, my God. What? Who is? I don't even know who that is. I should have kept Keith on. So if anybody knows in the comments, that's Bully Ray, but I don't know who that guy is personally. Ring of Honor, it looks like. I'm not sure. Anybody know who that is? I don't know. Doesn't say on the back. Does have the logo, the sticker, Pro Wrestling Tees sticker down here. Juice Robinson. Is that Juice Robinson? I've never even heard of Juice Robinson. I guess I should have kept Keith on. So there he is, Juice Robinson, autograph, according to Chris Ellis. So we'll put that one off to the side. Let's do our next photo. Hopefully it's somebody I know. All right, here comes photo number 2. And that is Dr. something. I don't know. That is a Mexican wrestler. Anybody know who that guy is? He's in good shape. I'll give him that. But there he is. Dr. Wimley? I don't know. Dr. Whitey? I don't know who this guy is either. Dr. Wheeler. All right, Chris, maybe you should just host the show because I never heard of these guys. Oh, my goodness. This was only, I think, $20. So they're like $4 an autograph. So, they're cheap. All right, next photo. Let's see if Chris Ellis can get this one. Here we go. Oh, is that Walter? I think that's Walter. Oh, my goodness. Look at the guy's chest. He's caving in. What a photo. That's Walter, I'm pretty sure. I think Walter's going to be a big star in WWE. Oh, you had to look him up, Chris? Yeah. Chris Ellis had to look up Dr. Wheeler, too. Look at that. Look at that guy's pack, that chest. It is caving in from Walter's big fist. That is awesome. Walter, I've heard of. Very good wrestler. So that was photo number 3. Let's do photo number 4 here. And we got, I know who that is. That's Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. Mark Henry auto on the 8x10. Maybe next week we'll give away one of these. But there he is, Mark Henry. I collect quite a bit of the wrestling autograph 8x10 photos. I like them because they have the Pro Wrestling Tees sticker down here. So there it is, Mark Henry, world's strongest man. That's not bad for $4. You can't beat that. And last photo, who do we got in here? The last photo. Look at that. IRS, Mike Rotundo, Erwin R. Shyster. Man, he just puts IRS. What a easy autograph for him. There he is, guys. Make sure you do your taxes this year. If not, this guy's going to come after you. IRS. I like that. We're going to put IRS back there. All right, IRS, you stay back there, buddy. All right, so there we go. That was the Pro Wrestling Tees mystery autograph photos lot. I think those came out in like October or November. They sold out. It was $20 for 5 autograph 8x10 photos. That's not bad. I mean, just the IRS, Mark Henry, the Walter, that right there is your $20, and the other guys are just throwaways anyway. So, all right. So yeah, I don't think that's a bad set at all for $20. I don't think that's bad at all. So, all right, let's open up what we got here. We're going to start off with our 2021 Topps Heritage. Move this over a little bit here, so I got some room. 20 cards per in these, 20 cards per pack on these value packs. See if I can get this open here. Hopefully we get something good. Old Erwin R. Shyster. I might keep that up there. I like that Erwin R. Shyster. I like that photo of him. All right, let's start off with Rising Stars or Rookie Stars. Kristen Pache and Luis Garcia. It's not a bad one there. Those are 2 good rookies. We got Brandon Lowe, the Rays. Shane Green. Another rookie stars, Al Sanchez and Franklin Kalami for the Mets. For you Met fans. Jorge Soler, the Royals. Of course, he ended up with the Braves winning a World Series title. Lance Lynn for the Rangers. Yandy Diaz. Pitching leaders. Who we got here? Shane Bieber, Garrett Cole, Marco Gonzalez. 2020 American League pitching leaders. Nice little card. Oh, look at there. There's Shohei. Got a good Shohei. Shohei Ohtani. I'll take that. Miguel Sanu for the Twins. Jose Altuve for the Astros. Danny Mendick for the White Sox. Juan Soto's turning into a pretty good pack. Juan Soto in action card. And other rookie stars, Ryan Mountcastle and Bobby Dahlbeck. That's a really good one. I think Mountcastle should have been American League Rookie of the Year. I like that one. I'm going to sleeve that one up. I like that. Mountcastle had a great year for the Orioles. Orioles have some great young players coming up. Of course, Baltimore is pretty close to me. It's only about maybe an hour away, hour and 15 minutes. So it's not too far. There it is, Ryan Mountcastle and Bobby Dahlbeck. Rookie card. Sleeve that up back there. All right, Cy Young and Donovan Solano for my Giants. Anthony Rizzo. Of course, as you guys mentioned, I mentioned earlier, the New York Giants are looking for a general manager, and I'm going to send in my resume after winning the football championship. There's Kyle Lewis for your Mariners, Mr. Vance. Kyle Lewis, All-Star Rookie Gold Cup there. Garrett Cole and Anthony Santander. That was a good pack of heritage. I like that. There's a Tawny, Kyle Lewis. We got a Ryan Mountcastle rookie and Bobby Dahlbeck. That was nice. I like that one. All right, next pack here. And then we're going to open up the Chronicles Football. I can't wait to open up that. I've had that for a while. So keep forgetting to open it. Got a lot of stuff still to open. So coming up the next couple weeks. Here's rookie stars Tyson Miller and Jimmy Lambert. Next up is, there's Luis Robert, All-Star Rookie Gold Cup. Take that. Austin Riley had a great year. Archie Bradley for the Reds. American League batting leaders, DJ Lemieux, Tim Anderson, David Fletcher. American League batting leaders. Jameer Candelero for the Tigers. Ryan Yarborough for the Rays. Rookie stars, Brady Singer and Nick Heath for the Royals. Freddie Freeman for your World Series champion Atlanta Braves. Flashback, President Harry Truman passes away in 1972. I was not around in 1972. Renato Nunez, the Orioles. Boyhood stars, Nico Horner. That's a cool boyhood star. Oh, where's my boyhood star card at? Oh, look at that. Who had a better boyhood star card? I think it would be me or Nico Horner. I don't know, but there you go. All right, Sterling Marte of the Marlins. Wilson Contreras in action. Daniel Hudson of the Nationals. Trent Grisham, Padres. Doesn't look very happy in that picture. Postseason Rays are American League champs. Evan Longoria for my Giants. Cody Bellinger in action for those pesky Dodgers, and Josh Donaldson. Those were two pretty good value packs, I think, for Heritage. A lot of times Heritage you don't get too much, but I kind of like those. All right, let's break up what we got. And guys, this is going to be here, the Chronicle. I'm going to get my knife out. Paid $80 for this mega box of Chronicles. 12 different brands, it says. 5 cards per pack, 10 packs per box. And I think there's one autograph maybe in here. I hope. So we will see what we get. Is this 2021 or 20? Oh, this was 2020. Oh, this is even better. I was wondering why Joe Burrow and them are on the front. So 2020 Chronicles Football. My bad. All right, we need some good luck here. Homer. Give it to us. 2020 Chronicles Mega Box. We got 2 on the front, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. I'll take any of those guys. What's nice about Chronicles, you get a lot of the rookies. So that's kind of cool. See if I can get this open. Here we go. Here's our packs in here. Only 5 cards per pack, but there are 10 packs. And that's a big box for just some packs. All right, let me get rid of that here. So let's see what we get here out of these Chronicles 2020. Of course, we're looking at these. All 3 of these guys have looked pretty good this year. Probably nobody as good as Burrow, though, this year. He really came back from that injury. Pretty impressive. I don't say so myself, Joe Burrow. All right, let's open up this first pack, see what we get here. Of course, a lot of these cards you will see in your upcoming hot boxes, so be on the lookout for them. Start off with Clyde Edwards-Helaire rookie. That's a good one there. Next up is DeAndre Swift rookie for Card Chart Chris's Detroit Lions. That's the Panini brand. Henry Ruggs III. Well, that one's really dropped in value. So that one's not really that great. We got Jalen Hurts rookie on the Valiant card. And that's kind of cool. It kind of like puffs out a little bit. So Jalen Hurts and Marshall Faulk on the blue blue foil card, I guess you would call it. So that's not too bad. We got a Hurts rookie. We got a Swift rookie. Take those. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my interview with Keith White from the Mixed Tag Podcast. Make sure you check out his the Mixed Tag Podcast every week. I think he said it comes out usually on Wednesday. They do a lot of wrestling stuff over there. We got Matty Ice from Chronicles. We got, I thought it was Burrow, but no, it's T. Higgins. That's still a good one. T. Higgins on the Gridiron King, kind of. We got one stuck to it, too, it looks like. And then we got Levesky Chenault, something like that for the Jaguars. We got a Michael Pittman Clear Vision. I love these Clear Vision cards. They are beautiful. There he is, Michael Pittman, rookie. He had a good year this year, too. And Jordan Love on the blue. We'll see how Jordan Love does. I picked up a graded rookie card of Jordan Love about a month ago. I was going to show that here one of these nights on the channel. Do that. Of course, next week is our Fantasy Football Championship episode. We are going to celebrate. It is going to be a party in here, so make sure you're here 9 o'clock Eastern on YouTube and Facebook Live. You are not going to want to miss it. Probably do some giveaways, and we're going to have some guests, a lot of celebrities. It's going to be great. Justin Jefferson, rookie on the Chronicles. Brian Edwards for the Raiders. J.K. Dobbins for the Ravens. James Robinson. James Robinson had a good year for the Jags. There he is on his Prism Black. Prism Black. Is that numbered at all? No. And Roquan Smith on the foil. I guess it was kind of a green foil, I guess. Green or an aqua blue? I'm not sure. All right. So far, nothing. No Joe Burrows. No Herberts yet. Got some Jalen Hurts, though. Looks like another Jalen Hurts back here. Drew Lock. He's really dropped off, though he did play the last couple games here. Had some nice Drew Lock rookies. CeeDee Lamb, he had a good season with the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, here's his rookie. Justin Jefferson, another great year for Justin Jefferson. We got, look at this, Chase Young. Whoa, this is a beauty. I don't think I've seen this before. This is like a score, I don't know what the score prism or something. Yeah, this is like a prism of a score of Chase Young. I like that for the Washington football team. And then the Jalen Hurts, another Jalen Hurts rookie, this time on the green on the Jalen Hurts. We'll see how Jalen Hurts does in the playoffs. He didn't play this past week against the Cowboys. Anybody have an update on the national championship game? I think it started at 8, so I don't know if anybody's give us a little update on how the game's going. I think Alabama's probably going to win it, but who knows? All right, we got Tyler Boyd, and that is not a rookie for the Bengals. Man, these cards are like sticking together a little bit. Zach Moss, running back for the Bills. LaMichael Perrine for the Jets. Jets, Jets. There's Jonathan Taylor. Man, the year Jonathan Taylor had was great. We're going to sleeve up Mr. Taylor. People are really sleeping on Jonathan Taylor, but he had such a great year. Second year for the Colts. That Colts offensive line is great. There he is, Jonathan Taylor. We'll put Mr. Taylor over there. And we ended up with Jerry Jeudy. All right, next pack. We still got 1, 2, 3. This is our 5th. We're halfway through. No Burrows, no Herberts, no Tuas. We need to get something for our $80 here, folks. No autographs yet either, so hopefully we got one coming up. Jalen Rieger for the Eagles. T. Higgins, rookie card. Man, I can't get those off. There we go, finally. Gabriel Davis, all that for Gabriel Davis. That wasn't really worth it, was it? Justin Jefferson on the, what's that here? The Dynagon? That's an awesome looking card, isn't it? That is a really cool looking card. And then Curtis Martin, Hall of Famer with the Jets, also with the Patriots. All right, I was hoping we get like 2 or 3 Tuas, but we've only got 2 or 3 Hertz and one Jonathan Taylor is our best rookie so far. Starting off with Khalil Mack for the Chronicles. CeeDee Lamb again. That's a good one. We'll take CeeDee Lamb. There he is. There's Mr. Burrow on the Illusions or the Luminance Joe Burrow. Man, it's hard to see that. There he is. That's a good looking version of that card. There we got one Joe Burrow rookie in the pot. Need about 4 more, folks. That's what I want to get. I want to get a bunch of Burrow rookies. There he is. Put that back there. Then we got Jonathan Taylor on the Prism Black. That's a good one also. And J.K. Dobbins on the green. Gridiron Kings. 3 packs left. And we will wrap things up. Again, next Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, our celebration of our fantasy football championship. It is going to be an epic show. A lot of guests coming on, and videos. It's going to be good. You'll like it. Frank Gore for the Jets. And we got Clyde Edwards-Helaire on the Gridiron King. Jordan Love. Another Jalen Hurts. This time the Legacy Chrome, kind of. Nice looking card. And DK Metcalf on the green. 2 packs left. Like to get I think you should get an autograph out of this. For $80, you should get an autograph. Yes, me. Most mega boxes usually do get an autograph, so we'll see what happens here. Got these last 2 packs left. So let's hope something. Oh, there's a 2 on the back. So at least we're going to get 1 2. Antonio Gibson had a decent year for Washington. We've got Denzel Mims for the Jets. Jets. Jalen Rager. We got, who was that? Oh, there's James Robinson on the playoff second momentum. I remember playoff momentum. There he is, Robinson rookie. And we finally got a Tua rookie on the green parallel, or the aqua, what you would call that. We got a Mr. Tua finally. Sleeve up Tua. Take Mr. Mountcastle down. Put up Tua. Let's see if he'll stay. All right, last pack. We need some last pack mojo, Bobby the Brain. Come on. We need something out of this box. This has not been a great box. Not bad, but at least we got 1 Burrow and 1 Tua. Bunch of Hurts cards. Looks like we got Elway on the back. Aaron Donald for the Chronicles. And we got, who was that for the Panthers? Jeremy Chin. Taking it on the chin. And we got, oh, there's a Justin Herbert. We got a Justin Herbert on the Gridiron Kings. Sleeve that up. Finally got a Justin Herbert. And then we're going to end this with Jerry Jeudy on the Dynagan card, Dynagan Prism. And John Elway on the green. No autograph. Man, I thought most mega boxes usually had an autograph. No autograph in that box, but got some good. We got at least one of all the good rookies. So highlights tonight, what we got. We got the Ryan Mountcastle, Bobby Dolbeck Heritage rookie. We got the Tua green on the Luminance rookie card for the Dolphins. We got the Joe Burrow on the Illuminates rookie card for the Bengals. Justin Herbert on the Gridiron. I like that Justin Herbert card. That is a nice, sharp-looking card on Justin Herbert. And Jonathan Taylor, Clear Vision rookie. So there you guys go. That is our episode for tonight. I want to thank my guest, Keith White, from the Mixed Tag Podcast. Check them out on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. You will find them and find them on Facebook. And I think they're on Twitter as well, probably too. So check them out. Again, next week, we're going to be celebrating our 2021 Zero Fox Sports Card Fantasy Football League Championship. We started 0-3, then we ran the table, winning the championship. And next week, we are going to be doing a celebration of that championship, doing some giveaways, got some celebrity guests coming on. So it's going to be a great episode, all to show how great I was at fantasy football this year. So I will take all the credit in the world. All right, that is all I got for tonight, guys. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. And hopefully, if you're in the Northeast, try to stay warm because it is cold up here. And if for you Hotbox subscribers, boxes will keep going out every day this week till we get all these out. Hopefully, we should have them out by the end of the week. I know we're a little bit behind, but we still got most of them done for football. Still got some baseball left to do, so we'll get those out as soon as possible. I will catch you guys later. Be safe, everybody.